The Mercedes-Benz GLC has long been one of the German brand's biggest sellers in Australia, and that's because it ticks a lot of boxes for Aussie buyers, blending luxury and practicality in a mid-size SUV that hits the premium sweet spot. Now there's an all-new GLC on the way, and it's arguably more luxurious and more practical than ever before, thanks to a growth spurt in almost every direction. And we've come to sunny Spain and the foothill of the Pyrenees to find out if, in the case of the Mercedes-Benz GLC, bigger is indeed better. The new GLC range includes both petrol and diesel powertrains, as well as a plug-in hybrid with a claimed electric-only range of around 100 kilometres. But before we get too excited by the prospect of a plug-in hybrid, it's worth pointing out it won't be making its way to Australia. In fact, Australia will get just one variant when it lands here early next year, the GLC300, price to be confirmed. It's an interesting strategy from Mercedes-Benz Australia, but the local arm of the German car maker reckons it knows what its customers want: a single, well-equipped petrol-driven medium SUV. The lines between medium and large are beginning to blur, however, the GLC growing in stature in almost every direction. It's 60mm longer than its predecessor, with a wheelbase that's been extended by 15mm. But it's also 4mm shorter than the outgoing model, and that means the new GLC has a more aggressive stance on the road. The growth spurt is most keenly felt inside, with an overall feeling of spaciousness. There's nothing cramped about the second row, with plenty of room in all key areas: foot, knee, leg and head. The boot too has grown dramatically, measuring in at 600 litres, 50 litres more than the outgoing model. Interior comfort and design have long been a hallmark of Mercedes-Benz, and this one is no different. From the plentiful supply of plush materials to the show-stopping infotainment screen that measures in at 11.9 inches and runs Merck's latest MBUX operating system. It's equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as inbuilt sat-nav. Merck's 12.3-inch digital driver display is configurable in plentiful ways. While under the bonnet, Aussies can expect a 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine good for 190 kilowatts and 400 newton metres. It's paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, which provides some added punch when accelerating, or so Mercedes says. Certainly, the GLC300 we drove at the international launch wasn't left wanting. There's a simple eagerness to the way the GLC moves away from standstill. Acceleration is certainly brisk, Merck claiming a 0 to 100 km/h sprint time of just 6.2 seconds. That feels about right by the seat of the pants. The mid-size are hunkering down and moving away with plenty of mumbo. The 9-speed automatic, sending drive to all 4 wheels, is also slick yet enthusiastic when it needs to be. Happy to hold on to gears and letting the revs climb under harder acceleration. Steering wheel mounted paddle shifters let you control your own destiny, if that's your bent. With our launch car riding on Merck's Airmatic air suspension, the ride was nothing short of superb. Airmatic is likely to be an option when the GLC300 lands locally, so if you value a cosseting ride, it's a box worth ticking. The biggest surprise for us came off-road. An hour-long stint tackling some pretty gnarly terrain showcased just how capable the GLC can be. Steep, rutted climbs and steeper, even more rutted descents on a purpose-built off-road track were easily dealt with. And tackling uneven terrain, which saw us travelling on 3 wheels at one point, was similarly dispatched with ease. It's truly impressive. And, let's be honest, surprising. Not that we'd expect to see a horde of GLCs tackling the Victorian high country, say, but after experiencing its off-road chops, it's fair to say they could. Back out on the highway, and the thing that strikes you the most is just how quiet the GLC remains inside. Mercedes has done a lot of work on minimising noise intrusions into the cabin, borrowing production techniques from its flagship S-Class sedan. The end result is a GLC that is at once comfortable and serene inside, ideal for those long road trips. We won't know how much Australians will have to pay for the new GLC300 when it lands here next year. We've been told to expect similar levels of equipment as found in the new C-Class sedan, and using the C300 as a guide, which is priced at around $90,000 plus on-road costs, it would be fair to assume the GLC300 might nudge $100,000. We'll know more closer to the local launch. Until then, you can check out our written review of the new GLC300 on Drive.com.au, And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.